first round. Next is the Cowboys at number 11. So some of these teams we've already kind of went over in the first round. So we're just now checking to make sure we're going through teams that have not been talked about yet. And that would be number 11, the Cowboys. All right, so I usually have a lot to say negatively about the Cowboys and how they draft. That's just, I don't think they draft well. Now, this year, they've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They had 7 picks. Now, initially, my statement was the Cowboys should trade both their first-round picks and get better collateral throughout the draft. However, they didn't have a single second-round pick, and they only had 1 third-round pick. So I had to change that statement quickly, and stated they needed to keep both picks because they have very few picks. So this is where you kind of just have to stay where you are, and you might be able to move around a little bit like they did. They moved back a little bit, but still stayed in the first round with their second pick. So their first pick, they got Caleb Downs, safety, which they desperately needed a safety. You can throw popcorn in the end zone on the Cowboys. It's really bad. With that second pick, they got an edge rusher. Very amazing. They got Malachi Lawrence. So they basically addressed their backside and the front side in the first round. Cowboys had a good first round draft, okay? Now, third round, that was their next pick. What did they do? They got another edge. I'm actually happy that they did that. Continue beefing up that defensive line. Offensive tackle with the fourth round pick. They had 3 fourth round picks, so they got an offensive tackle. They addressed the secondary again, so hopefully Devin Moore turns out to be good, meaning he has a 4th round pick. If he can, not all, I'm not saying 4th round picks are bad, but 4th round pick as a corner is good. You just want to make, now it's just, can you step on the field and translate what we need you to do as Cowboys? That's basically it. Another 4th round pick, LT Overton, another edge rusher. So they got 3 edge rushers in this draft. And then they got a wide receiver, Anthony Smith, with the 7th pick. I don't really care for that last pick. That's just me with the last picks on everybody. But overall, I would say the Cowboys have, for me, an A. They do. There's nothing wrong with the offense. Their running game is good. The receiving core is good. The quarterback is good. They have a backup, I believe. The offensive line is good, and they just basically added to that with Drew Shelton. What they needed to do was get defense, and they got 3 edge rushers and 2 secondary. What more can you ask for? Cowboys, you get an A. You get an A. I don't think I've ever given the Cowboys an A in the draft. You get an A. It was a good draft. They really did. They had a really good draft, and I think their first 2 picks, they're going to be most likely, hopefully, as long as you translate and work it works out with you on our team. They're going to be very notable players moving forward into the NFL. Whether they stay together as teammates, or whether one goes one, it's going to be kind of like a Tyrann Matthews and what's the big fella's name? Caleb. I can't think of the name. He just finished with the. I think he just finished his career with the Ravens. I can't think of his name. Maybe it'll come back to me. But they both came from. Where did they both come from? I can't think what college they came from. But anyway, I think they will have that kind of combination as safety, defensive, and combo. Basically being on the same team, making the team great. Like I said, that's all Cowboys are just missing is players that want to come here and actually play and be great for the Cowboys. And Jerry Jones needs to stop being everything. But again, I give the Cowboys an A in the draft this year. They did a really good job. All right. Next up we have Miami with the 12th pick. All right, Dolphins. Your first pick, your first pick I didn't care for. So you don't have a quarterback. That's number one. We're not going to sit here and say Malik Willis is your guy. You don't have a quarterback. Number 2, you don't have any receivers. You lost everybody. You lost the entire core. Okay. Number 3, the only viable weapon that is literally sitting on your team right now is A-Chain. That's it. And instead of getting him somebody that can throw, you get him an offensive tackle. Okay, here's the thing. I don't care how many offensive tackles you have on the line. I really don't. If all you can do is run, they're going to put 8 in the box. You're not stopping that. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I don't care what you think you can do. If all you can do is run, they're going to put 8 in the box. Okay? So, first round, offensive tackle, Caden Proctor. Second round, first round again, you got a cornerback, Chris Johnson. Now, here's the thing. That one I'm okay with because 2 years ago, you had 11 players on defense leave that team. 11. And you never addressed it. It was weird. You addressed it this year, but you got 1. So you got 10 more. Second pick, you got a linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez. I'm okay with that. Third, and 3 picks in the third round. So you got wide receiver Caleb Douglas, you got tight end Will Kemerick, and you got wide receiver Chris Bell. So you did address the fact that you need wide receivers. I don't think any of them are going to turn out to be anything. Fourth round, you had 2 picks and 4. Damn, y'all had a lot of picks. What? Watch this. So Trey Moore, linebacker, fourth round pick. You had 2 fourth-round picks. So you had Kyle Lewis, linebacker. So they addressed the defense pretty well. They got 3. It's like they have to fulfill up the whole defense, guys. There's going to be a lot of young kids on this team. Kyle Lewis, linebacker. 5th round, they got a safety. Mitchell Taffy. 5th round, they got another wide receiver, Kevin Coleman. 5th round, they got a tight end. You don't need a goddamn tight end. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I'll pay fine. 6th round, you got a guard, Day Campbell. And 7th round, you got a edge rusher, Max Newlewin. No quarterback. Not one quarterback. So you are putting all your eggs in the basket on Malik Willis. Why didn't you just go get Russell Wilson? Man, you could have paid him a lot less. You could pay him. You. Why didn't you go get Russell Wilson? He can't do no more worse than Malik Willis will do this year. You don't have a good team. Do you know who's in your division right now? You have the Jets, who have a better rebuild than you right now. You have the Patriots, who have a better team than you. You have the Bills, who have a better team than you. I don't know now. They lost their coach McDermott. I don't know if I can say high things about the Bills right now. I'm still a little salty that this dude can make all these mistakes, but the coach gets fired. But all hell overpriced Josh Allen. So you guys had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 picks. Mine had 13 picks. 13. They did address the defense very well. And where they could, they addressed the receiver. No quarterback. No quarterback. I tell you what, they addressed needs outside of quarterback. I'm gonna be fair, and I'm gonna give the Dolphins a C+. I'm gonna give them a C+. I'm gonna be fair. It's 12 picks, no quarterback, but they did address the defense needingly. Okay, they got everything, but it was like it's so many picks, so many. Like you didn't need 2 tight ends. That was unnecessary. Could have been a quarterback. You got a quarterback. Just saying. You needed the linebackers. You needed the offensive linemen. You needed the receivers. I'll give you that. I'll give you everything you need, but you didn't need 2 tight ends. You did not need 2 tight ends. You could have used. You definitely could have got. And you didn't get an edge rusher until the 7th round. C+. I'll give you C+. I'll be fair. Because at least you addressed the needs of your team. So I'm going to be fair. I'm still going to be fair. C+. I can't do more than C+ for the Dolphins. I'm sorry. They could have done better. New GM must be scared. He don't lose. He don't because they're not letting nobody stay 25 years again. All right, so 13th pick, we have the Los Angeles Rams. So the Rams weirded me out. personally, the way I looked at their team, not many needs are there, right? They're pretty filled. But they're having issues with McCool. You have Devontae Adams, who I believe had a grade 2 hamstring injury, so his ability down the field is highly limited. You need another receiver. You do. They got a quarterback. They could have used edge. They could have used a linebacker. They could have used a corner with this first pick. But they decided to go with Ty Simpson. Don't know what that was about. Quarterback wasn't even on their agenda. I didn't think anyway. And somehow he was. So they got a tight end in Max Clare. Didn't understand that one either. They got an offensive tackle in Keegan Trost. Again, you got two great running backs who are having a field day on the field, and your quarterback is MVP. What's wrong with your offensive line, bro? What are you doing? And 1, 2, 3, they had 5 picks total. Wow, that's horrible. And each one was a waste. They wasted their second pick. They wasted their first pick. They wasted their third pick. They got a receiver with the 6th pick. What? And then they ended the draft in the 7th round with Tim Keenan as a defensive tackle. So I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna have to give the Rams an F. That's an F draft. Like, none of their needs were actually addressed. Somebody sat there and just said, him. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's what happened. Ty Simpson should not be the quarterback of the Rams. And if it works out, it works out. Don't get me wrong, but this is an F draft. Like, you did nothing right. Nothing properly was addressed here. Like, that's weird. I don't know. I'm not sure who was in charge of player personnel, but he might get fired. All right.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.